Hello everyone. In second unit, state analysis of control system. Till now we have seen introduction of state analysis of control system. We have seen a state model using a physical variable method and also using a phase variable method. Already we have seen we determined state model for electrical system using a physical variable method, and we determined state model for transfer function and differential equation using a phase variable method. In phase variable method, directly with the help of transfer function or differential equation, we can define a state model. We can also define a state model for transfer function using a direct decomposition, or you can say transfer function decomposition using a state signal flow graph. Already we have seen some numerical based upon direct decomposition for defining a state model of given transfer function. So third method to define a state model is a canonical variable method. So third method is a canonical variable method. In canonical variable method, we have three techniques to define a state model. First one is cascade decomposition, second one is parallel decomposition, and third one is parallel decomposition of a transfer function having repeated roots of its characteristic equation. First we have cascade decomposition. Decomposition, already I have told you, the process of obtaining the state diagram of a system from its transfer function is called decomposition. So first we have cascade decomposition, second we have parallel decomposition, third we have parallel decomposition of a transfer function having repeated roots of its characteristic equation. So in cascade decomposition, it is applied to transfer function that are written as products of simple first order or second order components or transfer function. Here a state diagram is drawn for each section or for each transfer function or sub transfer function. After that, a complete state diagram is obtained by combining the state diagram for each section. The advantage of cascade decomposition is that the poles and zeros of the transfer function appear as isolated branch gains on the system diagram. So the study of the effect on the system becomes easier when poles and zeros are varied. Now let us see how we can define a state model using a cascade decomposition. So first we will discuss state model using a cascade decomposition. Let us consider a transfer function. Y over U equal to S plus 9 over S plus 1 S plus 2. Already I have told you cascade decomposition is applied to transfer functions that are written as products of simple first order or second order components. So we can rewrite given transfer function according to S plus 9 over S plus 1 into 1 over S plus 2. This S plus 9 over S plus 1, this is my first transfer function. 1 over S plus 2, this is my second transfer function. You can also write 1 over S plus 1 as first transfer function and S plus 9 over S plus 2 as second transfer function. So here we have two possibility to define sub transfer functions. So S plus 9 over S plus 1, this is my first transfer function, and 1 over S plus 2, this is my second transfer function. After that I told you the state diagram is drawn for each section. First we will draw the state diagram for first transfer function, then we will draw the state diagram for the second transfer function. With the help of state diagram for first transfer function and for second transfer function, we can define a state diagram for a given transfer function or for Y over U. So let us consider a first transfer function. S plus 9 over S plus 1. Suppose it is phi1 S2 U1 S. Already I have told you how we can draw the state model directly from the transfer function. First we have to write a given transfer function according to Masson-Kane formula, or denominator polynomial of the transfer function must be in the form of 1 minus sum of all individual loop gains plus sum of product of loop gains in a non-touching case. So here we can define a given transfer function according to 1 plus 9 over S over 1 plus 1 over S, or we can write 1 over 9 over S over 1 minus 1 by S. So here denominator is in the form of 1 minus sum of all individual loop gains. Third bracket we can ignore. Now let us see how we can define the state model according to given transfer function. From transfer function we can easily say that its order is 1. That's why we have only one state variable. Suppose it is x1. Suppose state variable is x1 and its derivative becomes x1 dot. So first in state model we will define a node for x1 dot, next node for x1, starting node for input signal, that means for u1, and last node for output variable, that means for y1. Already we have seen the relationship between x1 dot and x1. We can define x1 from x1 dot when we multiply x1 dot with 1 by s. Here we are defining the relationship in s domain. In time domain we can say if we will integrate x1 dot, we have x1. So you can put sign of the integration, or you can multiply x1 dot with 1 by s. So we have x1 from x1 dot. Now let us see in denominator. We have let us see in the denominator second term of the denominator is 1 by s, minus 1 by s. That means we have one loop and the gain of the loop is minus 1 by s. So here we will multiply 1 by s with minus 1. Now let us see numerator polynomial. We have 1 plus 9 by s. So what is the relationship between u1 and x1 dot? We can multiply u1 with 1, then we have x1 dot. So here in numerator polynomial, first term we have 1 and second term we have 9 by s. That means we will multiply 1 by s with 9. Output y1 is 1 plus 9 by s. That means we can define output if we add 1 plus if we add 1 with 9 by s. So this is my state model or state signal flow graph for the first transfer function. Similarly, we can draw the state signal flow graph for the second transfer function. This is a state signal flow graph for first transfer function. Now let us see state signal flow graph for the second transfer function. My second transfer function is 1 over s plus 2. So let us consider second transfer function by 2s over u2s equal to 1 over s plus 2. This is my second transfer function. We can rewrite second transfer function according to 1 by s over 1 minus 2 by s. So here order of the second transfer function is 1. So we have only one state variable. Suppose state variable is x2. And its derivative becomes x2 dot. So in a state signal flow graph, first we will define a node for x2 dot. Then we define a node for x2. If we multiply x2 dot with 1 by s, we have x2. Input we have u2. Output variable we have by 2. So here according to denominator polynomial, we can say we have only one loop and its gain is minus 2 by s. So we will multiply 1 by s with minus 2. And in numerator polynomial we have only 1 by s. So we will multiply 1 by s with 1 to define a forward path gain. This is my state signal flow graph for second transfer function. Let us combine state signal flow graph for first transfer function and for second transfer function. Then we have a state signal flow graph for the given transfer function. That means for s plus 9 over s plus 1, s plus 2. So let us combine. So we have first node for u, because in given transfer function input variable is u. Next for x1 dot, next for x1. In cascade connection, output of second, output of first, that means y1 is equal to u2. So next for x2 dot, next node for x2, and last node for output variable by, because in main transfer function we have output variable by, so by 2 becomes y. Here we have factor minus 1, and here we have a factor minus 2. Here we have 1, and here we have 9. So in a combined state signal flow graph, u equal to u1, y equal to y2, and y1 equal to u2. So here we have branch transmittance 1. So this is my combined state signal flow graph for the given transfer function. According to given state signal flow graph, we can easily define the state model. So from the diagram we can write x1 dot, it is minus x1 plus u. Similarly, second state equation x2 dot, because we have two state variables x1 and x2, that's why we have two state equations. First we write for x1 dot, second we write for x2 dot. So from the diagram, x1 dot is minus x1 plus u, and x2 dot we have minus 2x2 plus 9x1 plus x1 dot, and we know we write x2 dot in terms of x1, x2 and input variable, not in terms of x1 dot. So from first equation we can put x1 dot in second equation. So we have minus 2x2 plus 9x1 minus x1 plus u. After simplify we have minus 2x2 plus 8x1 plus u. This is my second state equation. This is my first state equation. So with the help of first and second, we can write first and second in matrix form according to x1 dot x2 dot equal to minus 1 0 8 minus 2 x1 x2 plus 1 1 u. And from the diagram, output y is x2. So output equation becomes y equal to x2. This is my output equation. In matrix form we can write y equal to 0 1 x1 x2 plus 0 u. So equation A will define state equation for the given transfer function using cascade decomposition. Equation B will define output equation for the given transfer function. A and B combinedly define state model for the given transfer function using cascade decomposition. Thank you.